Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So I've been getting quite a few emails lately from people asking what's going on with Miller v. Bonta. That is the case that challenges California's ban on what they consider to be so-called assault weapons. Now, that's a case that's been around for quite a while now, and we've been following it ever since it first started. But there's been a new kind of reinvigorated interest in that case because every Monday I've been making videos about what the Supreme Court is doing with the Illinois bans, right? Every Monday we find out whether or not they're going to take them, whether or not they're going to GVR them, or whether they're just going to deny them altogether. And so with those updates in the Illinois cases, people want to know what's going on with the California one. I thought I would address that today. So today we're going to talk about both Duncan, which is the mag ban case, and Miller. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's go and talk about one of the most crucial cases in the state of California, which is, again, Miller v. Bonta. Now, to be honest with you, I thought Miller was going to be the one that would overturn all of the bans across the country once it made it up to the Supreme Court. But the Ninth Circuit is very good at playing games. One of their best games is simply playing with time. They know how to delay things. They know how to make things so that they're basically circulating through the system and never actually get a decision. I mean, we're talking Duncan and Miller have both been to the Ninth Circuit twice. They've both been down to Judge Benitez twice, who has said each time that they were unconstitutional. One of them even managed to make it up to the Supreme Court, where it was granted, vacated, and remanded back down to the Ninth. So again, these are cases that have existed for the better part of a decade now. And again, the Ninth Circuit has just played games with both of them. Now, the issue that we have with Miller, and probably Duncan as well, is that we have several cases that are sort of relying on each other right now. So if you remember, we had oral arguments in Duncan, which again is the mag ban case, back on, I believe it was March 19th. Now, back in March when they had oral arguments, one of the things that they kept bringing up, or at least the justices of the Ninth kept bringing up, is that they wondered if they should wait for the outcome of Rahimi. Rahimi is a case currently waiting for its opinion from the Supreme Court. Oral arguments and everything have already been done. We're just waiting on the Supreme Court's decision. And the Ninth Circuit has said basically, I don't know if we should make a decision yet. And then Rahimi comes out and it might change things. So we're kind of looking at waiting on Rahimi to come out before we issue a decision in Duncan.
Counsel, I have a question about the analogous issue. There is a case in front of the Supreme Court now, Rahimi, that does not concern the nature of the weapon or its accessories, but concerns who can possess firearms, and it deals with domestic violence, as I'm sure you're aware.
Yes.
But in that context, in your view, should we wait for the Supreme Court's opinion on the theory that it might shed light on just how analogous the analogs have to be?
And so Duncan, which again had oral arguments months ago, is still just waiting for a decision from the Ninth Circuit. Now, not long after that, I believe it was just maybe a matter of weeks after that, the Ninth Circuit issued an opinion basically, or a decision saying that they were going to put Miller on hold. And they were going to put Miller on hold until the outcome of Duncan. But Duncan is on hold until the outcome of Rahimi. So for all those people out there that are wondering what is going to happen with Miller, I mean, we basically got a case that's been going for the better part of a decade that now is sitting in limbo. Well, this is the way that I see it playing out. And I don't have a crystal ball, but this is how I see the pawns on the board. Basically, the Ninth Circuit is waiting for the decision in Rahimi. If Rahimi somehow clarifies Bruin, and I don't really know how that would work out. I don't really see the correlation between the two. But if for some reason Rahimi does clarify some of the things in Bruin, then the Ninth Circuit is going to analyze that. They're going to come up with their decision in Duncan. Once they do that, then they're going to basically have to start the whole process over at the Ninth Circuit with Miller. Now, I know this video might seem like a big nothing burger. Everything's kind of stuck in a standstill right now. But there are cogs that are working behind the scenes, and it's best to understand exactly what could happen because there is some potential for light at the end of this tunnel. For instance, the Supreme Court has had these cases for quite a while now, and instead of denying them or GVRing them back down to the Seventh Circuit, they simply move them to a new conference every single week, which leads me to believe that maybe there actually could be some good news coming out of Rahimi, maybe something that supports Bruin. At that point, if that's the case, they may GVR those back down to the 7th Circuit. And under that new order or opinion from Rahimi, the 7th Circuit's going to have to relook at those. That means that Duncan is going to have to take a new look at itself as well. And if it supports overturning the ban in California, then that is going to provide more support for the Miller case that's going to be restarted again once that decision comes out in Duncan. So even though it seems like there's kind of this stalemate right now and nothing's moving, behind the scenes, there's a lot going on that could have some pretty big impacts on our rights in these different states. So we're going to have to wait and see. I think Rahimi again is coming very soon, and then I will let you guys know exactly what happens there. It's going to take some time to read it and try and understand it, but I'll let you guys know, what happens. I think that as soon as Rahimi comes out, that the Supreme Court is probably going to GVR all of the cases that are before it with the new instructions back down to the lower court. So again, it's really interesting stuff. And I know that you guys have questions on what's going on, but in reality, right now with Miller, it is pending the outcome of Duncan. We need something to happen in Duncan before we can get to Miller at this point. So anyway, wanted to just give you guys that update. Again, I get lots of questions and emails about it, even from people when I'm over at the shop. Hey, what's going on over there? Stuff like that. And it's best to just let you guys know what's going on behind the scenes out there. So I wanted to let you know about that. Thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. You guys have a great day.